Ready for another adventure with me? Today our conversation is about the absence of signs of other intelligent civilizations in the cosmos. The possibility of the existence of Earth-like planets in the galaxy and the uncertainty of whether we are alone in the universe or not. Over the past 50 years, humans have launched dozens of telescopes into space, tirelessly seeking to understand the universe that surrounds us. More than 20 of them are now in operation, dedicated to exploring the depths of space. Meanwhile, radio observatories capture sounds and signals from exotic objects, creating mind-blowing images of distant stars and galaxies. It is a true cosmic symphony that is revealed to us, a universe so vast and mysterious that it is capable of arousing the curiosity and fascination of all of us. However, despite all the knowledge we have acquired, we still face a great mystery: the absence of any sign of other intelligent civilizations that may be exploring space. Are we alone in our search for understanding the universe? Are we the only form of intelligent life in the entire cosmos? These are questions that haunt us, that lead us to reflect on our own existence and our place in the universe. Scientists in the past were adamant in their belief that other planets in our solar system were inhabited, but the exploration of these worlds revealed the truth: they are absolutely lifeless. However, recent analyses suggest that our galaxy may harbor an unimaginable number of Earth-like planets. Still, the idea that we are alone in the universe is a thought that makes us anxious, that makes us question whether our life is just a desperate search in a lonely universe. Perhaps, somewhere in the cosmos, there exists a highly developed civilization, ready to make contact with us. But at the same time, it is difficult to predict the consequences of such an encounter. We could be on the brink of encountering aliens with technological and intellectual capabilities superior to ours, something that would completely change our understanding of the universe and our own existence. Or perhaps there is no one else out there, and we are destined to live a lonely interstellar life, never knowing other forms of life. Help us grow and reach more people. If you like our content, please don't forget to value my hours of research and production. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends on social media. Together, we can build something real that can go much further. Thank you for supporting our work. The mystery remains, but it is certain that the search for answers will continue to move us, to propel us forward in our quest for understanding the universe. Whatever the truth may be, it is the beauty and grandeur of the cosmos that motivate us, that inspire us to move forward, to continue to explore the mysteries of the universe. The universe is a spectacular stage, a grand spectacle that unfolds before our eyes, as we send telescopes to diligently examine the most remote corners of space, trying to uncover its secrets and mysteries. Over the last half-century, we have launched about 100 of these telescopic eyes into space. More than 20 of them are diligently examining the universe now, while dozens of radio observatories continue to listen for signals from space. And what have we received in return? Mind-blowing images of distant stars and galaxies, and hypnotic ambient sounds from exotic objects. But despite this, there is still one thing we cannot hear or see: traces of other intelligent civilizations actively exploring outer space. We may be on the verge of encountering highly developed aliens, and it is difficult to predict what consequences this encounter may have. But which of the answers to the great mystery of silence is closest to the truth? Are we really living a desperately lonely interstellar life? Scientists of the past couldn't bear this idea. They were adamant in believing that other planets in our solar system were densely populated nomads, wandering around, from the deserts to the tropical jungles of Mercury and Venus, to the entire civilization that built Martian canals. All of these were real scientific hypotheses from past eras. It was only in the 20th century, when we sent probes to the nearest planets, that we realized one obvious thing: these worlds are absolutely lifeless. However, recent analyses suggest that even our galaxy alone may host 300 million to 40 billion Earth-like planets, with many digits, which makes the concept of our stellar loneliness seem extremely unlikely, but not impossible. After all, how many of these planets likely have everything that makes Earth habitable? A lasting star that doesn't explode in violent bursts, enough organic matter to build complex molecules, and of course, a little liquid water on the surface to complete this primal life soup. And don't forget a massive moon on duty to stabilize the planet's chaotic rotation and climate. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of other known and unknown ingredients needed to eventually obtain a tiny living world in this vast universe. Our Earth is a perfect example of this. Most scientists refuse to believe in its singularity. But, since they cannot yet prove an exact recipe for the birth of life, it may well require billions of distant components in space. There may be billions upon billions of worlds similar to Earth outside of our galaxy. The evolution of life is a magnificent spectacle unfolding at a slow and majestic pace. Since the appearance of the first unicellular life forms, the evolutionary process has tirelessly worked to create increasingly complex and sophisticated organisms. However, when this task is finally completed, multicellular organisms need to develop a complex enough brain to have a mind that will later create a technological civilization and ultimately begin to reach for the stars. This process took Earth around 4 billion years to pass through these 5 complex stages, and Robin Hansen strongly suspects this to be an absolute space record. Perhaps life forms on some Earth-like worlds have not been able to make it this far. While some other animals have managed to move beyond the status of bacteria, many may have failed to develop a functioning brain. Aborigines from neighboring planets may have spent millions of years happily swinging their stone-tipped spears and wanting nothing extra. According to Hansen's theory, humanity could possibly be an intergalactic newborn surrounded by hundreds or even thousands of almost virgin worlds. While many people reject even this degree of human exclusivity, it perfectly explains both the Great Silence and the Fermi paradox. If only our universe were not devoid of life and so little studied for quite unexpected reasons, and if the clue to the Great Silence did not reside only in the existence of life, but in the nature of space itself, Hansen's theory asserts that a civilization must overcome not only great challenges like the steps of the heart as it evolves, but also the all-powerful Great Filter. For example, if a giant asteroid were to hit a planet and destroy everything that was alive, there would be no chance for a civilization to emerge. But even if a civilization reaches an advanced point of development, there are still many challenges to overcome. After all, evolution is a continuous process, and there is no guarantee that a civilization can overcome all the obstacles that come its way. Nevertheless, the search for the true nature of the universe and the exploration of space continue to fascinate and inspire us. The intelligent mind looms before us like a distant horizon, as vast and unfathomable as the space that surrounds us. The question that permeates our thoughts is this: what awaits us in the Great Filter, the greatest challenge a civilization can face? And perhaps even more importantly, when will it emerge? The Great Filter is the merciless guardian of the stars, preventing other civilizations from achieving the greatness that humanity aspires to. And it is precisely this reluctance to let other forms of life flourish in space that forces us to confront this imposing barrier. But for that, we need remarkable technological advances and colossal resources, just as we did to reach the moon. However, Earth is small compared to the exoplanets we have discovered, and its gravity is low. Most of the planets we have found are called super-Earths, whose pull is so strong that even the most advanced machines would not be able to overcome it. For a highly advanced civilization from one of these planets, the challenge is even greater, as they would have to deal with the crushing gravity of their own world, making it a great filter in itself. Even if these civilizations can reach space, finding a habitable planet is another matter. They could inhabit an oceanic world, like the one just 100 light-years away, suitable for life as we know it. But building a high-tech submarine would be just the first step in an incredibly complicated journey. The James Webb Space Telescope will carefully examine this oceanic planet for signs of life, but the real question is whether the local species of deep life, even the intelligent ones, would be able to overcome the barriers of the ocean and build a technological civilization that can conquer space. The Great Filter is an unknown, and as such, its threat remains present in every corner of the universe. Space exploration is like a journey into the unknown, a vast and mysterious universe as unfathomable as the depths of the oceans. We seek to reach the stars, unravel the secrets of the cosmos, and for that we must face great challenges. Beyond the difficulties of building rockets and space stations capable of traveling through space, we must confront the Great Filter, the great mystery that threatens the survival of entire civilizations. We don't know exactly what awaits us on the other side, which makes the journey even more dangerous. We may never know what lies beyond the filter, but that doesn't mean that life is destined to be extinct. If there is any chance of overcoming it, we will have to face it with resilience and determination. But even if we manage to overcome these technological barriers and explore other planets, we will still have to deal with another major problem: cosmic radiation. Like an invisible and dangerous force, it can affect even blood-forming stem cells, causing mutations and putting the lives of astronauts at risk. Even those who spend only a few days in space can suffer irreversible damage. Protection against radiation is crucial for the survival of future space missions, but so far we have struggled to find effective solutions. Spending too much time in space can lead to cancer and premature death, which makes space exploration even more dangerous. And even if we manage to colonize other planets, we will still face great challenges. Harvesting food in hostile environments, such as Mars, will be extremely difficult. And how to protect the human fetus, so vulnerable to cosmic rays? In short, space exploration is a difficult path, but also full of possibilities. If we want to unravel the secrets of the universe, we must face these challenges and move forward with courage and determination. The universe is a vast mystery, a cosmic labyrinth that challenges us every day. The Fermi paradox is one of the many questions that trouble us. After all, if there are billions of stars and planets in the galaxy, why haven't we found any signs of extraterrestrial life? The possibilities are many, but the most depressing solution to the Great Silence is that no civilization is physically capable of surviving anywhere outside their native environment. It's as if the universe is a grape filter, separating living beings from their dreams of exploring new horizons. This means that any attempt to colonize space is doomed to fail. Even if we manage to colonize our solar system, the vast interstellar distances prevent us from reaching other stars in a timely manner. The fastest spacecraft we have would take 18,000 years to cover the 4.3 light-years that separate us from Alpha Centauri, the nearest star system. So, leaving any perceivable human being to wander through the galaxy will take hundreds of millions of years. This raises an intriguing question. Are we alone in the universe? The Great Silence suggests that we are. Perhaps no civilization has ever been able to build ships capable of overcoming the abyss that separates the stars and galaxies. The universe is so vast that our existence seems insignificant in relation to it. But there is a way to unravel the mysteries of the Great Silence and the Fermi paradox. We need a new, perhaps bolder approach. The James Webb Space Telescope is one of the most advanced tools we have at our disposal. It's already pointing its super-sensitive mirrors and infrared detectors at the most promising exoplanets. These worlds are inhabitable zones where water can exist in liquid form, like here on Earth. James Webb is examining the atmospheres of these exoplanets in search of biomarkers. Perhaps this is the only way to find extraterrestrial life. However, if aliens exist, and if they are blind and uninterested in our existence, we may never find them. Are they out there, silently observing us as we continue to search for answers to the questions that plague us? Only time will tell. The eyes of humanity are fixed on the sky, searching for answers to the Great Silence that dominates the universe. Amidst so much uncertainty, one idea stands out: that any civilization is doomed to fail if it tries to survive outside its native environment. This means that even if we can colonize our solar system, the vast interstellar distances prevent us from exploring other stars and galaxies. The Great Silence seems to indicate that no spaceship is capable of crossing the abyss that separates the stars. Despair and loneliness take hold of the human heart. But are we looking in the right way? Perhaps we are ignoring the possibility that extraterrestrial life may be completely different from us. Aliens may be blind, like intelligent octopuses living on an ocean planet, who have not found a way to go to space, but who may have launched a powerful telescope. Their scientists may have broken through the ice crust to observe the cosmos. Our telescopes and exploratory probes search for copies of ourselves, but perhaps the evident technical signatures of an industrial civilization are in compounds such as chlorophyll and amino acids, so different from our own. We need to look beyond what we know, to seek the unknown, the unexpected. What if aliens are out there? What would happen if they found us? Earth would be an exotic and dangerous world to them, with extreme temperatures that turn the oceans into a true inferno. But, who knows, perhaps they would be willing to accept us as we are, with all our differences. Perhaps they are as curious as we are. Perhaps, one day, the Great Silence will be broken by an intergalactic dialogue, and humanity will discover that it is not alone in the universe. The stars shine in the sky, each with its own brightness and light. However, some stars are more special than others, such as the orange and imposing G-type star, which reigns majestic over our solar system. But beyond the brightness and grandeur, this star has a characteristic that makes it unattractive to the eyes of an advanced civilization: its limited lifespan. While most yellow K-type stars can shine and sustain life for up to 70 billion years, the star of our solar system has a lifespan that does not exceed 10 billion years. To the eyes of a highly developed society, this period is a mere blink of an eye. Two American scientists, Jacob Mizrahi and Thomas Fauché, examined this mystery in their work, revealing that an incredibly advanced society has been systematically exploring our galaxy for millions of years. However, despite their search for life on other planets, they avoid our solar system at all costs. But why? The answer is simple: our star is an anomaly compared to the other stars they have encountered on their journeys. They prefer to search for life in safer and more sustainable places, such as Jupiter's moons or yellow K-type stars. In this sense, the search for extraterrestrial life is a search for a safe place, a place that can sustain life for billions of years. Meanwhile, on our planet, we continue to wander the Earth as carbon-based beings, ignoring the beauty around us and the magnitude of the universe that surrounds us. If these interstellar explorers had a chance to notice us, they would see us as silicon-based creatures, unable to survive in a hostile environment such as a hot exoplanet. Thus, the story of these two American scientists reminds us of our own insignificance in relation to the universe around us and how little we know about the vastness of space. But above all, it reminds us of the importance of preserving our planet and caring about its sustainability so that we can continue to wander the Earth for many years to come. The stars of the cosmos, bright and distant, have fascinated the human imagination for centuries. However, even with all technological advancements, we have not found signs of intelligent life on other planets. The great silence looms over the galaxy, and the Fermi paradox is present, questioning the existence of highly developed civilizations. But for beings in an incredibly progressive society, space is not a limit, it is an invitation. They have systematically explored the galaxy for millions of years, advancing on an endless journey of discoveries. However, even with their advanced technology, they have chosen to avoid our solar system at all costs. And why avoid our sun, so radiant and hot? Because, in the eyes of these beings, the sun is a G-type orange star, whose lifespan is limited. To them, time is relative, and a lifespan of only 10 billion years is insignificant when K-type yellow dwarfs can shine without fading for up to 70 billion years. Meanwhile, tiny red dwarfs, with their incredibly long livers, can live for up to 10 trillion years, opening up unlimited possibilities for an ambitious society. Space itself would not mind sending expeditions, but why have they not come to us? The answer may lie in the Fermi paradox. The stars that aliens are currently colonizing are too weak, never being noticed unless you know where to look. But even so, the simulation shows that in just a few million years, a civilization like this would have visited even our nearest neighbor, Proxima Centauri. So if we haven't found any advanced civilization in our galaxy, do they really exist? Futurist John suggests an intriguing way to unravel the mystery. Instead of looking for other civilizations on exoplanets, we should look for them within massive black holes. This transcendence hypothesis may seem overly creative, but for John, it is a scientific approach. He presents the idea that, just as in the film with Johnny Depp, where the character carries his own mind in a complex computer program, a highly advanced society may have transcended beyond physical space and inhabited massive black holes. The Fermi paradox is still a great mystery, but with human imagination and creativity, we can unravel its layers and find fascinating answers. After all, even in the midst of the great silence, the beauty and mystery of the cosmos still fascinate us, opening a universe of possibilities for the human mind to explore. In the depths of the universe, aliens search for their ideal place. They are not interested in colonizing and reshaping planets to accommodate their needs, but rather in creating a virtual world that meets all their deepest desires and dreams. For this, they need an ultra-powerful supercomputer of astronomical proportions, which allows them to live in the digital reality for billions of years. And when that day finally comes, the machine will be so advanced that it will be indistinguishable from a black hole. In 2019, astronomers captured an alien supercomputer in Messier 87, which is being used by digitized aliens to simulate the entire universe in their virtual utopia. They don't care about us or our struggle to unravel the great mystery of silence, because they have found an alternative solution that satisfies them completely. But that's not the only theory that exists about extraterrestrial life. In 1966, astrophysicists Joseph Shklovsky and Carl Sagan presented a bold hypothesis: extraterrestrials had already contacted humanity in the distant past. The evidence would be images and strange artifacts found all over the world, as well as ancient legends from distinct cultures that devoted themselves to mysterious creatures from the stars, bringing with them knowledge and technology. Although the theory was initially met with skepticism, it may provide a solution to the singularity of our planet. And who knows, maybe this theory isn't so bad after all. The idea of paleo-contact may not contradict the possibility of aliens still being present in our universe. And, perhaps, they are closer than we can imagine, even in our wildest dreams. The human imagination has always been aroused by the possibility of a highly advanced civilization exploring our galaxy for a long time. But, if we consider this possibility, an intriguing question arises: where could these creatures have disappeared? The answer may lie in one of the possibilities pointed out by experts: humanity did not become a galactic federation, but a space zoo. Perhaps these highly intellectual aliens are just discrete observers, watching dozens of more primitive civilizations, driven by curiosity or pure boredom. Or, who knows, maybe they want to know their potential rivals in space exploration. The last possibility is especially likely if we consider the theory of the great filter author Robin Hanson. According to Hansen and his colleagues, the expansion of native space is achievable at least at half the speed of light. This means that greedy civilizations could dominate almost the entire observable universe in just a few billion years. This can result in a big problem: we simply won't have anywhere to live. There is no need to visualize any spacesuit to explain why we still don't see them. Hansen has two different options up his sleeve. The first suggests that the expansion initiated by greedy civilizations may have only just begun and we haven't noticed yet. This is because, given the tremendous distances in space, we see even the center of our own galaxy as it was 26,000 years ago, when hunter-gatherers inhabited the Earth. Who knows, then, if there isn't an interstellar empire rapidly growing nearby now. Not detecting them until it's too clear could have disastrous consequences, as invaders could invade our solar system in a million years, or even tomorrow, with equal probability. And if they are really that fast, who knows if there is a black hole, disguised as a superpowered machine observing us right now. Looking at the vast night horizon, it's hard not to feel small in the face of the immensity of the universe. Even more so when considering the possibility that our radars may be detecting something very different from what we expect. It's not large spaceships that populate inhospitable planets, but rather swarms of alien drones, programmed to devour everything they find in their path. These drones, rich in metals, need to consume rocky planets to self-replicate and continue their journey through space indefinitely. It sounds like the plot of a science fiction horror movie, but it's the reality we face. Fortunately, there is a potential key to the great mystery of silence and the Fermi paradox. Scientists Stuart Armstrong and Anders Sandberg have developed a guide on how to successfully spread our influence through space, giving us a chance to avoid imminent annihilation. However, there is still a great risk in sending radio signals into space. The frankness of our messages can be interpreted as a threat by advanced civilizations, who may feel safer destroying strangers instead of communicating with them. The universe is not a sterile desert, but a dark forest full of wild animals lurking behind bushes. And humans, with all their attempts to communicate with other forms of life, may have stepped loudly on a dry twig. The brightest minds struggle to provide accurate analysis and find solutions to the Fermi paradox. The universe may be teeming with greedy aliens traveling faster than the speed of light. Or maybe we are just a digital simulation created by superintelligent aliens. Regardless of the truth, looking at the vastness of space, it becomes clear that we are small and vulnerable. The silence of the universe is deafening and may be a sign that our search for extraterrestrial life may not have a happy ending.